We back with another one. Want to talk more about this Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark situation. Is still 2 days later. It's been lingering. So many think pieces on a Monday morning, Monday afternoon about something that happened early on Saturday, which I think was a take foul. Obviously, there was a little push at the end by Caitlin, but I think the intent was clear. Don't give up an easy 2 points. Send it to the foul line. I believe she missed a free throw, and that's what you want to take foul to be. When you foul, you're taught to make sure that the player doesn't get the ball up above their shoulders, to be in a position to finish. You want those arms to stay down. You don't want the gather to be complete. And I think that's what Caitlin Clark did. Now, we saw Angel Reese pop up off the ground and was in pursuit. And now one of Caitlin Clark's biggest haters from her rookie season, Sheryl Swoopes, who was an outstanding player as well, gives her take on it and kind of goes at the guys on Gils Arena. I want to get into this video, guys. Let's take a look.
I don't have an issue with the foul. I thought it was a hard foul. Yep, I thought the refs got it right, and to Angel's point, move on. My issue wasn't even with the foul, right? If you're going to foul somebody, I was always taught you don't give up an easy basket, period. And that's what I thought Caitlin did. My thing with that was, stand in it.
Stand on business.
Yeah,
Okay.
right? Don't walk away. My other issue was...
Now, I disagree with Sheryl Swoopes on one thing there where she says, stand on it, stay there after you commit that type of foul. But as you could see, Angel Reese got up. She wasn't feeling the foul. And if Caitlin stays in there, also the officials can go and look at the intent of it. And if she's just kind of standing over her what you gonna do, then the intent would be confirmed in their eyes. So that's what I disagree with. Let's continue.
I also have always been taught when I played, go grab your own teammate, don't come grab my teammate. So where Aaliyah Boston went over to Angel and was kind of we ain't gonna do that. To me, you gotta go get your own teammate. I didn't have a problem with the foul. I thought it was a hard foul. I thought the refs got it right, and then you keep on playing. I got issues with all the other stuff that came along with that, not that foul.
Kenyon, familiar with these situations. I think you've always been, like Sheryl said, you grab your own teammate, because when you step in, things tend to happen when you try to mess with the opposing team's players. But
I'm sorry.
She was walking off.
But the other part of that is, where were Angel's teammates?
Caitlin was walking off, so there was no need for nobody to grab her.
But don't grab my teammate.
Well, I dig that. I hear you in that regard, but there was no need for her to grab Caitlin. Caitlin was walking off.
But Aaliyah actually kind of...
Yeah.
And Cardozo
shut up Angel a little bit.
Pull Angel away.
I got no issue with none of it. It's just basketball soft as hell right now.
That's one way to look at it, Sheryl. And you're correct. The teammates are supposed to step up. Angel's teammates are supposed to come to her aid as soon as she hits the ground, get in front of her, stand between her and Caitlin, and pretty much prevent anything from going any further. But they weren't there. And Aaliyah probably saved Angel a fine by stepping in, because Angel came with the aggression. Caitlin had her back turned. If she would have walked a straight line in that moment, who knows? If she swings and she connects, or she pushes Caitlin down really hard, and kind of I would liken it to when the Joker pushed the Morris twin down. If somebody's walking away and you push them and they neck, go the wrong way, and then you come up with a different kind of injury, now you have a different fine for Angel. So I'm cool with what Aaliyah did, because it didn't go any further. I would say, however, though, where is Angel's teammates who should be there when she hits the ground?
Both sides of it. There ain't no damn flagrant foul, man.
That's not a flagrant?
It was.
Hard foul?
It was a damn flagrant
It
foul.
was.
Angel's push was a lot harder.
Yeah, well,
Flagrant
it
foul,
was.
man.
Not the initial part, but Caitlin later on pushed her. It
I'm
was.
talking about
The push before to get the...
Angel's push on
They've
number
called.
6.
They've called.
They just trying to get control of the game. That's not a
No, they
flagrant
weren't.
foul.
No,
It's not a foul.
they weren't
Refs.
trying. Listen, they've
Refs
called
don't get-
softer flagrant fouls in the NBA.
I said it's all soft.
So that's a flagrant foul.
That's not a flagrant foul.
Okay.
Angel's foul right here. That's
Because of the reaction.
harder.
No, Angel, she
Because of the
pushed her.
reaction.
That's more.
But they didn't
push
call
Todd
that.
Howard in the back,
Because
two
of the
hands.
reaction.
She did push her. They
Did
didn't
not
call
call
that.
it. Caitlin appears to be pointing out that call before
You got to look at the different angle. The initial foul, I was like, no, it wasn't.
You don't think it's more of a flop?
No, I didn't think it was a flop.
And you feel like Caitlin should have stood on business there?
It's just foul. Yeah.
Still on what business? So she ain't trying to fight. So
Somebody
what
that's
business
strong.
y'all want
Somebody
Wobble up, Kenyon.
know what I mean?
No,
Somebody that's
season
solid.
opener.
No.
Somebody that's solid. That right there doesn't make them push. Like
Okay,
you gotta
so
open
then-
up.
No, I'm kidding.
That's like the Embiid.
I'm just kidding.
That's that Embiid flop where I'm trying to sell this.
So here's
foul.
my thing. You're saying that's not a flagrant.
No.
And I think it depends on the
Uh-huh.
angle and all that, those things.
Hard foul.
But my thing is, had Angel or anyone else done the exact same type of a foul to Caitlin, the storyline's different.
Okay,
It is.
here's the problem.
No, it is.
with these.
I go back to last year though, Gil. Like everybody was like, "Oh my God, they're trying to take Caitlin out." No,
But-
like they were just hard fouls.
But it's still body size.
But the story, no, even from guards though.
What I'm saying is a guard, like if a guard, someone, if I got to try to foul him to stop him, my hit on him has to match his power. So if he's trying to go for the dunk, I got to really grab on him to wasn't. If I'm trying to go up, any hit from him, I'm hurt.
So is there not a rule, the question, of if you're not making a play on the ball, it's a flagrant?
Man, come on with that.
That was a play on the ball, though. It was
No, it
like
wasn't.
a swipe.
You
She
didn't go for the ball.
You're holding the hole.
No,
She didn't go for the ball.
So if I give you an and one, then what?
She didn't go for the ball.
So I'm supposed to give you an and one?
No, it's a hard foul.
Yeah, so it's not a flagrant.
But she didn't go for the ball.
Yeah, she did.
Well,
So when you think about the game of basketball, obviously a smaller guard can hit Shaq harder than Shaq can hit them and knock them out the air. You know, it's just one of those things that's always been like that. You'll see certain bigger, stronger players have to finish through some contact where there's the same amount of force probably generated on other players, but since the player's so strong, they may not even get the call or whatever. It's just the nature of officiating and human error, right? But, you know, Angel hits the ground. Caitlin does have a little shove at the end, but I think it's who did it, all the noise that's been around them for so long. Angel looked up and saw, oh, that's Caitlin that gave me that foul, and she saw red for a brief moment. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm glad Aaliyah broke it up, though. This is why we talking about it. It keeps the rivalry going. I think Angel got one in her back pocket for Caitlin when they visit Chicago. You know, if she gets the opportunity within the floor of the game, I think she's going to deliver a hard take foul on her as well to get her crowd going. And so, you know, again, I'm not a person that's going to sit here and overanalyze take fouls too much. Like I said on my earlier video, it is what it is. The object is not to give Angel no easy points. She got the offensive rebound. She gave a little push in the back before she got the rebound. I know people making a big deal out of that, but you try to get that advantage when you can. It's an offensive rebounder best friend. You try to put the hands in the small of the person who has the position back without being detected or noticed, and you get the offensive rebound. So it's a little slight shove because, you know, anytime you squat them legs down, you boxing out, and you want to get a little lift, any little push out the air kind of throws you off, and it could be subtle. And that's what Angel Reese was mastering to get that offensive rebound. And Caitlin gives her the take foul and gives her that look, you know. And I know Angel took exception to it, but I think in the post game, Angel says, you know, basketball play, let's move on. I want to acknowledge the maturity in that. She didn't feed into the narratives that's out there. And I know a lot of people have a lot of think pieces. They say, oh, assaulting a black woman and all that. Don't want to hear that kind of talk. It's just a foul. If Angel fouls Caitlin Clark, again, I showed you the foul earlier last year where she came across her head. She was trying to swat the ball out of bounds, but the fact of the matter is she made contact, you know, with her forearm to the temple. And so, hey, it is what it is. These things happen in basketball. As long as there ain't no malicious intent, as long as you ain't undercutting people out the air, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with any form of a take foul, in my opinion. But let me know what you guys think about this, about what Sheryl Swoopes had to say. Do you agree with her, Kenyon Martin, Gilbert Arenas? Let me know in the comment section, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time, peace.